I'm Derek Panza. I feel the effects of Metrics Creatine RTC Blast. And so do my opponents.
Let's discuss what's your next exercise you're going on to at this point. I noticed you finished pull-up.
I'm going over to the lat pull down with a wide bar. Yeah.
And you take a grip on this. And let me ask you a question before you answer that question. What do you feel is the difference between all the different grips? Hands facing each other, hands away, underhanded grip, close underhanded grip. Like there's Steve Weinberg saying hello to you. You know, that's Bev and Steve's gym we're at here, and say hi so long around. Getting back to the grips though, what's important for you in terms of grips on a pull down?
In terms of grip, I normally go with 2 grips. I normally go with a grip that a wide grip sometimes, or a close grip, as you can see I'm using here. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. You would see I changed the grip after my first set because I really wasn't feeling that squeeze. So
yeah, a lot of times that wide or very wide handle with the hands face each other is a little awkward. It's a little easier usually when you grab a closer handle with the hands facing each other. But I know you're a creature of habit. We talked a little bit about this when we talked about your chest training. So for you do vary the handles though on this usually.
I do vary the handles on this movement. I would again go back to getting that squeeze and making that contraction in my back.
Well, it looks like here, you know, I see you just setting up still and adjusting seats and everything like that. And once again, seat position is very important because if your legs are not comfortable on that pad, you're going to either come up too high and it's not going to keep you anchored, or it's going to put too much pressure on your quads, especially the size of your quads, and you're not going to get a good contraction.
Yeah, that definitely happened to me on the first set. You would see it was definitely uncomfortable. My quads was being squashed, and I had to get up and lower the seat one more time. It definitely makes everything have to be perfect, especially on this movement. Luckily,
here at Bev Francis Powerhouse, there's the equipment is really designed for big guys, and it's muscular guy friendly. I'd like to call it. The seat does go up a little higher, or I should say lower, so that you can fit your legs under the pad. I've trained at other gyms in the past, and they actually had to drill out the seat for me so that they could lower it, because at one point my quads were too big to fit on there, and it's very uncomfortable. You can't go heavy if you can't anchor yourself. Tell us, I know this movement is a little harder because you are taking a wider grip to pull all the way down. Is this something is this typically your form?
Yeah, this is typically my form right here, but you will see, like, for some reason I really wasn't feeling it, so you will see after my first set I switched the bar right away to a regular straight bar, get a little closer of a grip.
Yeah, it's very hard because you're putting your biceps in a very disadvantaged position, that wide facing each other, and I think that you're having trouble pulling it all the way down. And from what I've seen you do in the past, you tend to do full repetitions, full range repetitions. And dieting like this, and you're really not eating that much per meal, and you got to wait 4 meals to get to the gym. I mean, I used to like to just get it over with. What are you doing in between meals? Are you sleeping? Are you watching TV? What do you do to pass the time? Because I know at this point in time, you want to get to the show because you're miserable.
I'm just relaxing, probably playing with my daughter, just she's jumping all over me, or just waiting for my next meal, because you feel like you need the calories, you need the extra calories in there.
So your daughter keeps you busy, huh, between meals?
Yeah, she makes the day go by fast.
You're lucky. There you go.
She makes it go by fast. Yeah.
There's an advertisement to have kids, right? Everyone's saying, oh, kids are no good if you want to be a bodybuilder, but when you're dieting, you got something to do, play with them. Except when she gets a little older and she's going to want you to run around outside with her, you're going to be miserable.
Yeah, when that come with handle, but there's nothing like that. There's nothing that can replace that. Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely if anyone can keep a smile on your face while you're dieting, you know that that's something good in your life. So she definitely keeps a smile. She's a cutie. All right, so how many sets are we doing here?
I think same 3 sets. I'm gonna do one more set here, and from there I'm gonna go to the low pull.
And once again, you're employing your same technique. Once you're warmed up, you don't warm up anymore. You just do 3 sets, same weight, and you drop the reps per set.
Yeah, just once I'm up, just 3 heavy sets, and that's it.
How many reps do you do per?
8 to 10 reps. Yeah.
I remember when you're talking about benching, you do. I think you said you did on the first one. You did 8, then you do 6, then you do 4, something like that. Is that correct?
Yeah. On my my benching and my incline, which is my first movement. My first set is always stronger, obvious most people are. And as you go on, you tend to drop a couple of reps here and there, which is normal, especially at this stage of the game, being 10 days out. Yeah.
But is that something you do with back as well?
Yeah, something I do with back as well. It happens. You try to keep up with the pace, try to keep up with the same reps, but it tend to you drop a two or three reps, but you try to don't let it frustrate you. Your weight is the same. You're pushing the same heavy weight. You're 10 days out. You just take the punches as it comes.
I wonder what these guys are probably looking at you in like amazement, and you should know that you're really suffering pretty bad. You know, it's funny what people don't realize when us bodybuilders look the best, we feel the worst.
Yeah, people have no idea. It's like, wow, this guy is huge, but they have no idea what you're going through, what it takes to get there.
Your last set, now you changed the bar?
Yeah, I changed the bar for my last 2 sets because it really wasn't feeling proper. I wasn't getting the feeling with the first bar, so I did just 2 sets with this bar. Yeah.
So you actually wound up doing about 4 sets then, right?
No, I think 3 sets. Yeah.
You get 3 sets?
Yeah, this is my third set right now.
You gonna do another one with this?
No, I think that's it after that.
Oh, this is it. Okay. All right. Yeah, you look a little more comfortable with this bar. And when you do pull downs, do you routinely not touch your chest with it, or is this just because of the grip width?
It's just because of the grip. It wasn't. I wasn't feeling it properly. Yeah. I just wasn't feeling it that day.
When you normally do these, do you touch your chest? Like I know you're usually a guy who does full range motion.
Yeah, normally I touch my chest. Yeah, and I normally touch my chest for the first 6-7 reps. And as you go along, the way you get heavier, the last 2-3 reps it doesn't happen.
Right, you just cheat a little bit at the end, just to push out the last couple of reps, forced repetitions, what we like to call them. Your arms look like they came up quite a bit from the nationals there. They're looking pretty dominant, and I think that's going to be readily apparent when you get on stage with New York Pro. I think you're going to freak a couple people out now. You know, we're taking for granted we're looking at all these videos and pictures of you. No one's seen this yet. This is going to probably go up on the site Monday before the show, and I think if your competitors watch this, they're going to be shaking in their boots.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be there all alone at the show.
A lot of people, do that. I've done that in the past a little bit because they feel that they're warmed up, and by the time they get to the compound movements, they can push harder and push more weight without worrying about tearing or pulling anything.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, and I think part of it too is like the compound movement. I go all out also, and I go hard. So I think if I do the compound movement first, I won't be able to go back to my regular movement and do it as well as I would. So that's why I leave the compound movement for last, because I still blast it out hard.
Now, some people would say, you don't need to do your legs first because your legs are so dominant, but that your back, is a body part you're trying to improve, and that maybe you should consider doing the compound movement first. Did you ever consider doing that?
Not really, because this is pretty much the same for me. It's not like I go lighter on the bent over rows, or I go lighter on the deadlift. I still go with the same heavy weight. It doesn't affect my weight, so it's pretty much the same thing for me, so it doesn't affect me.
So what you're saying to me, it doesn't matter what order you're doing it, you're lifting just as heavy on all the exercises.
Lifting just as heavy on all the exercises. It's just a mental thing of just leaving it for last, so just pumping it out at the end of it.
Well, that's only a freak, as we like to call it, in the most endearing of terms, of course, like yourself can pull that off. A lot of guys wouldn't be able to do it, especially when they're dieting on no carbohydrates. But you look like you're doing some pretty easy pull downs right now here. The weight seems like it's coming down pretty easily for you. I'm sure you're pretty warmed up right now. How does it feel now? This is we're on the Thursday before the New York Pro, so you probably only have one back workout left, correct?
Yeah, for one back workout left, I probably have one chest workout, maybe one leg workout left. It's pretty much it. It's like just getting onto the end of the bits right here.
Well, like I said, these workouts are the most enjoyable, and they're the most hated because they're hated because you suck and win. They're enjoyable because you know that you're almost done.
I don't know if they're enjoyable, although you're almost done.